This video covers the IGCSE Biology Objective 1.2.2 on the 2025 CAIE syllabus to describe the term species. So what makes living organisms separate species? Here we have a horse and a donkey. When those two organisms reproduce together, they produce something called a mule. Yet a horse and a donkey are separate species. Another example of this is with a lion and a tiger. The lion and the tiger can reproduce with each other to produce an organism called a liger. Yet a lion and a tiger are different species. So what is a species? A species is a group of organisms that can reproduce and produce fertile offspring. So for example, we have dogs. Dogs are all the same species, and dogs can reproduce with each other. So for example, we have a poodle, which is one type of dog called a breed, and another breed of dog called a Labrador. Those two individuals, which are the same species, can produce something called a Labradoodle. Labradoodles can produce their own offspring. So if you have a male Labradoodle and a female Labradoodle, they can produce their own offspring. And that is what makes the poodle and the Labrador, the original parents, the same species. If we go back and think about the horse and the donkey, which produce a mule, the mule cannot produce another mule. Mules are infertile, so that makes the horse and the donkey different species. And the same goes with the lion and the tiger. So what is a species? An organism which is classified as the same species produces viable offspring. That is the same species. When you cross species, parents produce infertile offspring. So we've already seen the lion and the tiger and the donkey and the horse, but here are two other examples. A growler bear, where we have a grizzly bear and a polar bear. The reason why these two organisms can reproduce is because the area where they're located can cross over the regions of the world. So if you have these two organisms, they produce a growler bear, but two growler bears cannot produce a baby growler bear. That is not possible because a growler bear is infertile because its two parents, the grizzly and the polar bear, are different species. The same thing holds true for a camel and a llama. If they are able to reproduce, you will find they do produce an offspring called a kama, which is infertile. You cannot take two kama and produce a kama. That is because the camel and the llama are two different species.